on Climate Action News, our feature story comes from a report by the International Monetary Fund, where they answer the question, how much is a whale worth? Up until now, protecting great whales has been viewed as a human act of good, but the IMF's research points out that protecting great whales also has a monetary incentive. As it turns out, whales are an important solution to capturing carbon from human emissions. According to a recent study, all great whales have an economic value of $1 trillion for their ecosystem service of carbon sequestration. Yes, that's right. Whales play a big role in fighting climate change. Marine biologists discovered each great whale sequesters around 33 tons of carbon dioxide on average, and a tree only absorbs up to 48 pounds of CO2 a year, which contributes to 3% of the carbon absorption of a whale. So when it comes to saving the planet, one whale is worth thousands of trees. Whales accumulate carbon in their bodies during their long lives, some of which stretch to 200 years. When a whale dies and its carcass descends to the bottom of the sea, that stored carbon is taken out of the atmospheric cycle for hundreds to thousands of years, a literal carbon sink. Furthermore, whale excrement releases enormous amounts of nutrients into the water. The nutrients feed the growth of phytoplankton, the marine algae that captures 40% of the carbon in the atmosphere via photosynthesis. Using the current market price of carbon dioxide, economists worked out the total monetary value of this marine mammal carbon capture and added it to the other economic benefits great whales provide through things such as ecotourism. Altogether, it is estimated that each of these gentle giants is worth about $2 million over its lifetime, and the total count from global whale population adds up to the trillion-dollar value. However, whale populations today are a small fraction of what they once were. Biologists estimate that there are slightly more than 1.3 million whales in the ocean, a quarter of their pre-whaling number of 4 to 5 million. The economists' calculations show that great whales in their pre-whaling numbers could capture about 1.7 billion tons of carbon dioxide each year. That's more than the annual carbon emissions of the country of Brazil. With the Paris Agreement coming into force next year, and the effects of climate change ever more prevalent, we must prevent or reverse the harm to global whale populations now. Researchers estimate that unless new measures are put forward, it would take over 30 years to double the number of current whales and several generations to return them to their pre-whaling numbers.